With only a few weeks left until the 2023 season begins, the focus in the Formula One world is on how the 2023 cars will look. Some teams, such as Red Bull and Ferrari, only need to upgrade their cars, whereas Mercedes must change several aspects of their car in order to return to their winning ways. What can we expect to see on Mercedes' 2023 car, the W14, during its reveal on February 15th and later in Bahrain? Amidst all the anticipation and speculation, some details of the W14 have been leaked. Stay tuned as we reveal everything that we know about the W14. In 2022, the FIA put in place major technical regulation changes for Formula One cars. These changes caused a huge overhaul of all the cars on the grid as the teams worked to conform to the new regulations. However, some teams, such as Red Bull, got the changes right, unlike their competitors Mercedes, who got most of them wrong. As a result, they had their worst season since the beginning of the turbo hybrid engine era, where they managed to secure only one win by George Russell in Brazil. Their star driver and seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton set an unwanted record by going for an entire season without a win for the first time in his career. This poor performance was unexpected, especially after their 2022 car reveal of the W13, which stunned everyone when compared to Red Bull, who just revealed a show car with the Red Bull livery. Throughout the season, they faced a series of challenges that they worked hard to overcome until they realized that these solutions were insufficient to salvage the season. Mid-season, they decided to shift their focus to developing their 2023 car, after understanding the mistakes that they had made in the W13. The Silver Arrows have been constantly teasing us with the W14, which only adds to our eagerness to see it. The team released a video of them firing up the W14 before their stuff broke for Christmas break, achieving their goal. That was a typo, meant to say their staff broke off for Christmas break, not their stuff. Anyways, they were, however, very careful not to reveal any details about the car. So, with Mercedes technical director Mike Elliott stating that they now know where they went wrong with the W13, and will use those lessons to improve their car for 2023, what changes can we expect to see on the W14? Wolff revealed that the car's DNA would change even before the 2022 season was 3/4 complete. "I think the DNA of the car is going to change for next year. That's clear," Wolff said. "It doesn't necessarily mean that the bodywork is going to look very different, but certainly what is part of the DNA of the car will change for next year." He added, While talking about the team's preparations for 2023, Wolff said, "It's quite difficult to say what a concept is. Is it the chassis in its current shape? The weight distribution? Is it where you put the mechanical and aero balance in the bodywork concept? All these different pillars of the car, it could be some of them goes, some of them stay. That's what we're looking at." So with all of these statements from key figures in the Silver Arrows team, do you think that we'll see a completely different Mercedes this year? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. The main challenge for the W13 was porpoising. The rear suspension of the car prevented it from running at the optimal ride height without bouncing, which resulted in poor ride quality. The car was bottoming out awfully on several occasions, and most people blamed the problem on the car's unique zero-side pod concept. However, the team's engineers discovered that the root cause of the problem was a feature on the car's floor. The car had a large open floor space at the bottom that was flexible at the ends, and this flexibility caused airflow variations under the car, which contributed significantly to porpoising. The team resulted in raising the car's rear height above the desired levels, which resulted in the production of insufficient downforce, despite eliminating the porpoising issue. Now, in an article, Racing News 365 has shed some light on how the W14 will look, stating that the car will retain its zero side pod concept. While speaking to reporters last year about the W14, Wolff said, "I go into the wind tunnel and it looks like this year's car, but they say to me it's very different underneath. It's about the airflow, it's about the weight distribution, it's about the aero map. Our car fundamentally changed mid-year. We changed the concept, but we couldn't see anything on the bodywork, so don't be fooled by the W14's appearance when you see it on the grid, because it'll be very different from the W13 underneath." The floor's flexible overhang towards the rear wheels has been thickened to eliminate the flexibility. However, this has resulted in an increase in the car's weight, implying that Mercedes will face a significant challenge in getting their car to the minimum weight for 2023. which has been reduced to 796 kilograms from 798 kilograms last year. Following the FIA directives, the car floor height must be increased by 15 millimeters this year in order to help combat porpoising. Gazeta, in an article, has reported some rumors about this year's power units, saying that Mercedes will have a 16 horsepower increase, while Ferrari and Red Bull will gain 30 horsepower and 10 horsepower, respectively. The development of power units has been frozen until the end of 2025. This means that the endothermic engine must remain the one approved at the start of 2022, while the electrical part of the engine must remain the one approved in September of last year. This engine freeze is intended to restrict developments aimed at increasing the car's raw power. However, teams are allowed to increase their engine's reliability, which has resulted in an uproar by Alpine, whose argument is that increasing the engine's reliability status results in increasing power, which is a breach of the rules. In a tweet by Tammy at @VetLeclerc, while quoting Gazeta, he explains how the Mercedes car is going to gain 16 horsepower. The tweet reads, "Mercedes' work would focus on reducing internal machining on the crankshaft and connecting rods. A new lubricant formulation by Petronas would improve combustion efficiency. The gain is around 16 horsepower. The engineers on the team are confident that their engine aligns with that of Ferrari or Honda. And this follows a collaboration with Petronas in efforts to optimize engine combustion by improving fuel consumption due to a new fuel composition. The major changes on the car will be under the bodywork, in terms of packaging and under the floor, which will be redesigned in several areas, particularly in the Venturi channel and diffuser third sections. The W14's gearbox has also been modified, as the vital components of the rear suspension will be arranged differently compared to those of the W13. The W13 was more tapered towards the rear end compared to other cars in the grid, and the team attributed their aerodynamic issues to this design. They believe that it was the cause of the dragging in a straight line, where we clearly saw that the W13 was no match for the Red Bull's RB18. Now, according to information from internal sources in the team, the W14's rear end will be less tapered compared to that of the W13. This is for aerodynamic reasons, where a flat area at the level of the rear suspension will form a T-shape to increase the efficiency of the diffuser by utilizing the beam wing. In addition, it's because of the thickening of the floor overhang that I mentioned earlier in order to eliminate the flexibility of the ends. The big question now is whether Mercedes will stick with their silver-dominated 2022 livery or revert back to the black livery they used in 2020 and 2021. And all we have to do now is wait for their car reveal to get answers to some of our questions. Mercedes debuted a new front wing design at the Mexican Grand Prix last season. The wing was crucial to their improved performance near the end of the season. However, despite allowing them to use it for the 2022 season, the FIA has declared it illegal for the 2023 season, which leaves us eagerly anticipating the front wing design that they're going to adopt for the W14. Finally, there are some mandatory changes that the FIA has recommended for 2023, meaning that they will be seen on the W14. Some of these changes include the previously mentioned floor height increase and the minimum weight changes. The roll bar will be modified to increase its ability to withstand higher loads, and a 15G collision impact with the ground, increasing the driver's safety on the track. The rear-view mirrors will also be larger than those in the W13 to improve the driver's visibility on the track. The most intriguing aspect of this change will be seeing how Mercedes will house the mirrors in order to gain an advantage. If you want to learn more about these changes, then watch the video "What F1 Just Announced for the 2023 Cars is Insane" on our channel. With all these changes, do you think Mercedes will bounce back in 2023? What do you think of these changes, and what other changes do you think they should make? Let us know in the comment section down below, and I don't have anything else to say, except that's the end of the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to keep yourself updated on all these amazing details of the 2023 race season by just hitting the subscribe button. Couple of uhs there. I'm a great speaker. Born for this, I'd say. Anyways, thanks for watching. Adios.